Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Now, we have some Alex Murdaugh to get to, but before we even get to that, I want to say thank you to everybody who wished me happy birthday. Appreciate y'all. It means a lot. I have comments of just happy birthday. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Now, we're going into, what's his name? Cousin Eddie? Curtis Smith. Now, Curtis Smith is the guy that Alex Murdaugh claimed to buy pills from and who he claimed wanted to do this whole scheme to shoot him and give Buster his life savings after everything was going to hell. Now, let's get straight into this. You already know what time it is. Get what you need. Tuck in. Settle in.
Hey, Jim, this is Ryan Kelly and Joe Moore out by all day with Sled. How are you?
Hey, Ryan and Joe.
All right, now this gentleman here is another SLED agent, Mr. Ryan Kelly. Now, he's the one who conducted the interview with Murdaugh, who confessed about the whole scheme of him getting shot and giving his, his life insurance policy to his son. Now, let's get straight into it. First of all, it's a phone call, so it's already sketchy. Why can't you come in person?
Yes.
We're in an office over here in Atlanta with Alec and Dick, and I'm just gonna put the phone here on the table next to Alec, and then turn it over to you guys.
Well, let me start, Ryan. First of all, we only have about 30 to 40 minutes before we have to get out of here. Okay.
Okay, no problem, sir. Sorry about that. You caught me. I was halfway to Somerville, so I had to turn around and go ahead, sir.
Okay, so let me say for the record, his attorneys Jim Griffin and Dick Arbuckle are here. We've spent the last hour talking to him. We believe that he is of sound mind and body, and that he understands, and that he is in no way diminished capacity.
Okay.
He is perfectly competent to answer these questions. Now, we're willing to, and we've advised him, we're going to talk about the shooting incident a week ago Saturday, where he was shot in the head, how that happened, who and why it was done.
Now, even when he said when Alex got shot in the head, he kind of hesitated when Alex got shot in the head. Like, he didn't hesitate that long, but there's a bit of hesitation right there. Now, we're going to go into another interview where Curtis said he never even shot him. So let's continue.
Okay. We don't want to talk about what happened in Moselle, and we don't want to talk about anything involving finances at the law firm. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, Alec, let's talk about last Saturday morning, and let me go through this briefly. Who did you meet with and talk to last Saturday morning?
I met with Jim Griffin and Chief Chessie.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
I drove to Canton, and I met with Chris Wilson at my mom's house.
Okay. And you and Chris were talking about what?
About everything I had done.
Okay, everything you had done concerning finances.
Finances, pills, lies.
Okay. Now,
Now, he's trying to do this entire thing. I'm pretty sure this whole story about him getting shot in the head, I don't think he really wanted to die. He wanted to just have those sympathy points to swerve everybody else's attention off of him. These are purely sympathy points. He probably even bashed himself in the back of the head to be like, yeah, see, it misfired. It hit the back of my head. It was a misfire. I promise you. This old dude, Curtis, I don't even know what his part really was. And I highly doubt it was to assist him with shooting him. Because if you're really trying to go out that way and give over your life insurance plan, go to your barn, get your favorite pistol, and, in the story.
were you taking, well, first of all, let me back up for just a second. Have you had a long-standing Oxycontin or opioid addiction issue?
Yes, sir.
How many years?
The best I can remember, around 20 years, 18 to 20 years.
Okay.
Best he can remember.
On this particular day, on this Saturday, were you taking the Oxycontin or taking any opioids?
I had taken some, but, I was taking, I'd given it all that I had someone else, and I'd taken some at like 4 a.m. So
If you're an opioid fiend, I mean, if you're an oxy fiend, which I've never even heard of that shit. Like, school me if I'm wrong, because who the hell takes oxys? Like, anyway, if you're such a fiend for the oxy, why are you giving some to other people? Shit. I want to give my weed to someone else. Like, you're such a fiend for the Oxycontin. Why are you giving them over to somebody else?
I was having some withdrawals.
Okay. And the previous day, the news had come out about your embezzling or taking client money or law firm money. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And how would you describe your state of mind at that time?
I was in a very bad place.
What does that mean?
I thought it would be better for me not to be here anymore.
What do you mean by not be here anymore?
I thought that it would make it easier on my family for me to be dead.
And easier with some financial gain to your family?
He's doing this whole crackly voice. This whole easier if I were dead, you know, just cry for me. I love how the detective just continues on with his questioning, like just ignoring the whole whimper party, facts, move on. He's not here to listen to your sad story. This is points that you're trying to earn for the jury. And I'm sorry, sir. If we could see the jury, I'm pretty sure all of their faces would be like, you know, like, really, bro? Really? Like, nobody's buying that shit.
And if you were dead?
I have a fair amount of life insurance debt.
Do you remember how much?
Not off the top of my head, but like $10 million, $12 million.
Okay.
Millions.
And so you decided to end your life?
That's correct.
And tell these sweat agents how you went about arranging that.
I called Curtis Eddie Smith on the telephone.
Okay, now let's stop for a second. Who is Curtis Eddie Smith?
Curtis Eddie Smith is the primary person who I purchased pills from for years.
Okay. Curtis Eddie Smith, right? Eddie Smith or Curtis Smith. Now let's see what Curtis had to say. Now Alex Murdaugh has on a suit and he's a lawyer. He uses all these fancy words and shit, but he's pretty much just a scumbag in a nice suit. Curtis, on the other hand, looks like a scumbag. Would you really believe what Alex said or Curtis? Like, at this point, we just don't know what happened. But let's see what Curtis has to say.
Does your client maintain utter and complete innocence in this case?
Go ahead.
I didn't shoot him.
Are you innocent of everything?
I'm innocent. If I'd have shot him, he'd have been dead. He's alive. And he's standing like this. He said, "You gonna shoot me?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, you just got to do it." And he made us move like this, you know. And I just grabbed his arm.
You took the gun.
He made this move. What did he do? Like throw the gun at you and fall into your arms? What move did he make? Honestly, both of these stories sound like complete and utter bullshit. So now they're wrestling for the gun. Let's see what Mr. Curtis Smith has to say. That's just such a generic name.
Put it behind him, between me and him. And it went off.
The gun went off. Did it hit him? Did the bullet hit him?
No.
So that story where
There's no blood on me. There's no blood on him.
He didn't get shot in the head.
No.
There's no blood on me. There's no blood on him. Oh my God.
Bounced off his car and kind of made a move to get the gun, and he hit the dirt, you know. And
What percent are you positive that he didn't get shot? If you could put a percentage on it.
1,000.
He did get shot.
Now, between these two interviews, what is the common denominator between the two? Hit it in the comments. Pause the video and put it in the comments. All right, good. The common denominator is that both these guys have lawyers in the room with them as they're saying their thing. So this is rehearsed. This is planned, which really just goes to show that they're lying, guys. Like, come on. You have two men giving their side of the story. They have to come on. One goes on an interview with his lawyer, kind of odd, right? The other one goes into the interrogation to tell the story with a lawyer. I mean, if they're not lying, they have something to hide, and obviously they're lying.
And some weeks you would give him how much money for pills?
I mean, it'd be in my records, but we had weeks where there would be $40,000, $50,000, $60,000.
That you would give him for pills?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you've known him for how long?
$40,000, $50,000, $60,000 for pills, bro. You can kill an elephant with that many Oxycontin pills. Hey Siri, how much? Oh, my watch is dead. I was gonna look it up, but that shit. Please give me a break. $60,000 for pills, bro. Cocaine doesn't even cost that much. You are shitting me. Please try again, sir. So he's trying to find a way to explain all that money into Oxycontins. And poor cousin Eddie over here is making up a completely different story. And he's just in the clouds making up some other story. They're just not coming together at this one point.
Years. So, did you call him that morning?
Yes, sir, I did.
That day? About what time?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I asked him to...
Was it after you met with Jim Griffin?
It was after I met with Jim Griffin.
After you met with Chris Wilson?
I believe so.
Okay. And when you called him, what did you ask him?
I asked him to meet me.
Did he meet you?
He did.
Where did he meet you?
He met me out not too far from my mom's house.
Where?
He was on the side of the road. I think at the funeral
And that's
home.
so sketchy. Again, do you need somebody to do it for you, bro? And how is it going to appear to be that if there are two people there? That's just more evidence of another person being there. So if you're trying to make it look like a suicide, then how the hell does it help for someone else to be there? Just make it an actual, and problem solved.
At the funeral home. Okay. And did y'all talk?
Not there. He followed me into town.
To where?
To over where I stopped by the Sunoco gas station.
Okay. Did y'all have a discussion there?
Yes, sir.
Did y'all get out of your cars or was just in your vehicle?
I don't think we got out of our cars.
And what
Remember, Alex never gives definite answers. I don't think we got out of our car. How the hell do you not remember if you opened your door and got out and talked to this man or stayed in the car, pulled up next to him? Because it's a whole maneuver to pull up next to someone and talk to them while in the vehicle, as opposed to pulling up wherever you can find a parking spot and talking. He's full of shit.
were you in?
I was in my wife's Mercedes.
And what was he in?
He was in a gray pickup truck.
Okay. And what did y'all discuss?
I told him that things were getting ready to get really bad, and that I would be better off not here. And I asked him to shoot me.
And you asked him to shoot you?
That's correct.
And what was his response?
I mean, I think at first he was a little surprised. But then he
Look
said,
at him up here with his washed out red hair. I can't get over it. It's not really red. It's not really gray. It's just stained. That's the color of his hair, stained. But yeah, this whole story sounds like bullshit. And Curtis's story sounds like bullshit. Like, honestly, these guys are so full of it. You can't listen to either one.
Is that okay?
Did you tell him where you wanted him to shoot you?
Yes, sir.
Where did you tell him you wanted him to shoot you?
In the head?
And did you tell him how you were going to arrange that? What was going to be the logistics of that?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I told him to follow me out, and that I would make a flat tire, and he would go past me and turn around and come back and do it.
What?
And did he follow you out?
He did.
Now, where did he get the gun?
I gave it to him.
Where did you give it to him?
We stopped somewhere on Salkehatchie Road, I believe.
Did y'all have a discussion there, or did you just give him the gun?
We didn't have much discussion.
When you say much, was there any discussion?
I'm not sure.
Guys, listen to this story. The story, it sounds like he just woke up from a trippy nap and just decided to give this story. He said they stop at a gas station. He says, oh, yeah, I want you to shoot me. Okay. Then they drive out some more, right? He didn't give him the gun back there. Then they pull over again. Then he gives him the gun and says, yeah, you're going to shoot me with this. Now, I'm going to keep on driving and I'm going to fake a flat tire. Then you're going to turn back and shoot me. What kind of story is this? And why did you pull over on the side of the highway twice? It's like he's just spitballing as he goes. He's just freestyling it. Yeah, we went to the gas station. Then we pulled over again. I gave him the gun. Then I told him I'm going to have a flat tire. Then you're gonna circle back. Make it look like it's a ride, but you're going to circle back for some reason.
I was worried about cars coming, and so it was a very fast thing.
You gave him, what kind of weapon did you give him?
A revolver pistol.
What caliber?
38.
Okay, and that was your gun?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so he followed you out to where?
Succotash Road.
Okay, and you pull off the road?
Yes, sir.
And he pulled off the road, what did you do?
I stopped, made my tire flat
How'd you make your tire flat?
with a knife.
Whose knife?
Mine.
What did you do with the knife after you made your tire flat?
Threw it.
Which tire?
Back driver's side.
Back driver's side. You threw it where?
I love how he's just shooting these questions at him so fast to where it's like, bro, if this isn't real, you're just giving out random answers. And when they try to corroborate the evidence, nothing's going to make sense. Whose knife? Where'd you put it? What tire? Which corner? How'd you stab it? What color was the car? What color's the inside? Like, they're like, yeah.
Across the road.
Across the road?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the 38 revolver, it was your revolver?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where did you get that from?
Now, keep in mind, this whole time, him and this lawyer are just playing Tea Party, asking each other mock questions. Like, it's crazy. They're having a conversation for him to just sit there and listen to. Now the detective is asking them the question with the higher pitched voice. I mean, how guilty are you, bro? Like, I've never heard of that. I thought you would just talk to the detective. No, he's talking to his lawyer in front of the detective, playing Teacup House. What's going on?
It was at my mom's house
When did you pick it up?
when I went up there that day.
Do you know where it is now?
No, sir.
Of course
So
not.
you gave the gun to Curtis.
He
You
lost
don't know what
it.
he did with it?
That's correct.
Yeah, of course Curtis lost it. Let's go back to Curtis and ask him. And Curtis looks like he drinks 5 days a week and takes 2 days off. He probably doesn't know where the hell that gun is. So, I mean, I guess we're screwed, right? Full of shit.
Has anybody in your family had any communications with Curtis recently?
I don't know why.
Well, because when we interviewed him, he said he had to talk to his attorney first, and he listed you. And then when we said that wasn't possible, he listed Randy. So we're just trying to figure out.
Randy's not going to represent him.
Eddie was out here riding and dying. He was like, bro, Alex is my attorney. What are you talking about? He's going to get me. How are you going to list Alex as your attorney when he's the one that you got into the situation with? Then you're going to go to his brother, which is clearly going to be a conflict of interest. Like, oh, man. The guy really wanted representation from the homie.
And let me say this, maybe.
Hold on, I got one more question. Does Randy have any knowledge of this?
Does Randy have any knowledge of what?
Of this attempted suicide / agreement with Curtis?
I have told I told both my brothers and my son
When?
very recently.
Yesterday, right?
When was it, Jeff?
Yesterday.
And his attorney is in the corner yesterday. Remember, yesterday. Remember, this is the story we cooked up, all right? It's bullshit from the bottom up, but we're going to try to make it believable, okay? Yesterday. I don't know if they knew this was going to get played in court or not, but this does not sound good.
After we told him.
There he goes, continuing for him. After we told, he's continuing for the guy. Not letting him finish so he doesn't fuck the story up.
He could tell you he wanted them to hear from him first.
Okay, so Randy didn't have any knowledge last week, previously?
No.
Absolutely not. I lied to him too.
No, Alec told me yesterday about 4:15, and then I sort of tipped John Marvin off, and then later on I learned that, and I talked to Alec, and he had called Buster, John Marvin, and Randy after I spoke with him at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
And we didn't do that. We're trying to.
And before that, I told them the same lies that I told you.
Now, here's an important thing. Since the shooting, have you talked to the shooter?
Yeah.
Okay, tell them about those calls.
I'm not sure. I was in the...
This is him and his lawyer again, going back and forth, playing mock lawyer and jury. Like, what's going on?
At the beginning of my detox, and I can just see where I tried to call on the phone. I know I talked to him, but I don't have it.
Did you call him or did he call you?
I called him.
But you don't remember what he said?
I don't.
Do you remember what you told him?
No, sir.
And this is when you were in the hospital in Savannah?
No, this is when I was in detox here.
Okay, so you've called him since you went, because you went to detox.
Let me ask you this. Agent Kelly, has the investigation revealed, as you testified before, that the defendant, like Murdaugh, did call Eddie Smith, trying to use staff phones as well while he was at the hospital additionally in Savannah?
Yes, Mr. Murdaugh was able to contact Mr. Smith while staying at the hospital in Savannah.
When? Monday night?
That's right.
Did you call him on a nurse's phone from the hospital? I heard that from.
But you know what? Randy did say I did that.
But you don't have a memory of that.
Randy said that I called him, and then he was asking me. He did say I did that.
Oh. But you don't remember calling Curtis?
I don't, but I'll tell you from past experience that when withdrawals begin...
Oh, okay, so he doesn't remember. Okay, so his core to I don't remember, I very certainly could have done that. I should put that on a shirt. I certainly could have done that, and Alex Murdaugh's face right there. He's trying to blame that all on the pills, so I get his little foundation of innocence. You know, I was a pill addict. All the money I used went to that, light sentence. And, I couldn't have done anything because I was so strung out on the pills. I even forget conversations sometimes. Like, bro, so you can't remember any of the key moments just conveniently because you were just withdrawing. Okay.
You did just about anything to make him quit. And...
Okay.
I think it's called Red Beard and Zero United Drive.
You're being forthcoming and you're making every attempt to be honest at this point. But so, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So you did not make any financial payment to Curtis to have him shoot you?
No, I did not.
Okay, but you entered into a verbal agreement with him to set up a scheme where he would shoot you. It would be a suicide set up as a robbery homicide, and you doing so was in order for your son to get your life insurance policy.
I don't know about a robbery, but everything else is true.
Hold on. So let me say this to you. He's had this policy.
And then his lawyer interrupts. So basically he's just asking the lawyer, why is Alex even there? He's having this little softball match with his lawyer in front of the detective while the detective can't even ask him anything personally for 5 seconds without the lawyer jumping in and saying, what he really means is this. But this is beautiful. You know why? Because it's all evidence. Now the jury can just sit here and look at this complete circus show and be like, wow. But that's crazy though. So he actually had a conversation with his lawyer in front of the detective as an admission of guilt.
For 10 years, suicide.
No, I've had a policy.
No, I understand that policies. I mean, what is the policy with? Where's it at?
I don't know where that actual policy is.
Okay. Did you intend to have that paperwork in the Mercedes, like the will and all that information? Was that left in there intentionally?
Well, I've been down to meet with some lawyers about some things, and it was in there from
And this guy left his will in the car. So you know this guy wasn't going to get shot. This is all a plan. He left the will in the car, all that. Oh, the gun misfired. Oh, it hit my head. I survived it by the grace of God. Look, my will was in the car. I was planning to give it all up. I was just tired. I just thought the world would be better without me. Full of shit. Completely full of shit. That should be the title of this video. Just full of shit. Alex Murdaugh. Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this one. I never knew Cousin Eddie was really used like that. I can't believe either side. You guys let me know who you believe more, or just your alternate theory. But my theory is that, I don't know. I think Eddie was involved somehow, but I don't think he shot him. I think he just told Eddie the plan. They got it together. They're going to, stage a little situation. And it kind of just messed up toward the end. But by no means do I think he really meant that. Because you could just do it yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could just do that shit yourself. What does Cousin Eddie have to do with that? But anyways, people, I will see you in the next one. Stay safe. Stay inside. I love y'all. I'll see you in the next video.